May God save the great state of Florida and sound of the court. You may be seated.
Good morning. Are council ready for your call, please?
We need to approach on some logistics now.
Very well. Why don't I just indicate that we're here on the state versus Ms. Williams, 17 CF 539. I'll speak with counsel at Southwell.
Yes, Your Honor. We have Ms. Williams coming out.
At this time, we are on the record in the case of the state versus Ms. Gloria Williams, 17 CF 539. If counsel will please enter your appearances for the record.
Alan's driving back from the state of Florida.
Good morning, Your Honor. Diana Johnson on behalf of Ms. Gloria Williams.
And your co-counsel, Mr. Lufrano, is present as well.
Yes, Your Honor. Dr. Lufrano.
Very well. Are there any other attorneys who wish to enter their appearances? I know there have been 3 intervening attorneys, but that was regarding the protective order issue. So I believe we're concluded at this time. Welcome, everyone. We are here for a sentencing hearing. Ms. Williams previously pled guilty on or about February 10, 2018 to 2 counts. Count 1 is kidnapping and first-degree felony punishable by life. This is what's called a range plea, where there is a minimum sentence and a maximum sentence. In this case, the range would be basically the time that she's already served up to a cap of 22 years. And count 2, she pled to a third-degree felony of interference with custody, which would have a range of up to 5 years. One issue that I did just raise at sidebar with counsel that I wanted to place on the record is that in reviewing the record in preparation for today's proceedings, it occurred to me that I should ask you on the record what gain time or law would apply, given that the time of the subject incidents was in or about July 10, 1998. Would it be the same gain time rules or law that apply at this time?
Yes, Your Honor, it is the 85% rule that was passed, I believe, in 95 would apply to this case. The only difference in the law with regard to sentencing was at the time the sentencing guidelines were different than they are today, but the gain time rules were the same as they are today.
Yes, Your Honor. And previously, we looked this up, and it's statute number 944.275. The gain time appears to be the same, 85% or 10 days a month.
Very well, and the guidelines were previously adjusted during the plea colloquy, and as a result of the range plea that's been accepted by the court, they really don't apply at this time. Is that fair to say?
Correct.
That's correct. They would be a guide, but they are not mandatory in this case.
And at that time, there was a different way that the guidelines were structured, and there was sort of a minimum and a maximum, like a range.
Yes, Your Honor. There was a presumptive correct sentence, and then the court could deviate either downward or upward by 25%, maybe that range. If the court wanted to go further below or above, the court would have to make written findings at that time to do so, based upon the statutory enumerated conditions.
Do you want to just place on the record what those 2 numbers were? I know we've addressed it previously, or we could do it at another time. But it's really not applicable based upon the negotiated range plea, is my understanding.
That's correct, Your Honor. It's the guidelines, when we addressed this at the plea colloquy, they're 50.7 months to 84.5 months. Pursuant to the plea negotiation, both the bottom and top of those guidelines were waived.
By both sides.
That is correct.
Very well, that was addressed in detail on the record. At this time, I'd like to go over the pre-sentence investigation report. I've actually read it 3 times, so I'm very familiar with its contents as well as the letters that were provided through the Department of Corrections. I believe both sides have received these documents.
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor. I provided those to the Department of Corrections.
Very well, the letters. Thank you so much. So my question is, does the state have any exceptions, objections, or proposed amendments to the pre-sentence investigation report?
Your Honor, the 2 degrees of crime are incorrect on page 1. Indicated kidnapping is the first punishable by life, and interference with custody is a F3.
Very well. You agree that those changes need to be made?
Yes, Your Honor.
So I've made those changes by intermediation by hand on page 1 of the original pre-sentence investigation report. Is there anything further, Mr. Mr.
Not mistake.
Anything further?
Yes, Your Honor. So below that, it says the date of the arrest was January 17th of 2017. However, it should be January 13th of 2017. It was pursuant to an arrest warrant signed by this court, and that's the date that she was arrested in South Carolina. I believe the 17th is when she came back to Jacksonville, but because it was on this arrest warrant, she should get credit for that from the January 13th date.
Correct.
And that change has been made.
Sorry.
Very well, I made that change.
And the days in custody, it says as of today's date, May 3rd, 18. The court staff had it as 471 days versus that 446. I had it as 475, but I know it's either 471 or 475, not 446.
Well, to capture all of her time, including her time out of state, should it be 475?
I have not done the math, Your Honor, but it should be from the January 13th of 2017, so whatever that number is, certainly we can figure that out.
475.
475?
I can do that.
Very well, I changed it on the PSI to 475. I do not anticipate imposing sentence today. There's going to be a tremendous amount of information provided to the court today, and I'll need time to consider it and digest all that information. So her credit time at the time of imposition of sentence will be higher than the 475 days, but we'll consider that it's 475 as of today unless that's adjusted on the record by either side.
Yeah, and that's fine, Your Honor. We just want to make sure that that was correct on the pre-sentence investigation.
Thank
Your Honor,
you.
under description, true name, as we have previously discussed, is Gloria Brown Williams.
Any objection from the state to my modifying that?
No, Your Honor.
Very well, that's been done.
And as to page 2, Your Honor, it says plea agreement not applicable, and then it says plea agreed upon, guilty, no contendere, other. I think that guilty should be checked because it was a guilty plea.
Very well, that's been done.
And on page 11, it's a minor change, but in her family history, Miss Kim Brown, a half-sister, she lived in Greeley, Colorado, not South Carolina.
Very well, I've changed it to CO for Colorado.
And that's it from the defense, Your Honor.
Thank you so much. Do you all want me to file these letters, keep them with the pre-sentence investigation report, or do you want them filed in the court record?
We would ask that they be filed in the court record as part of the sentencing.
And so would these be simply a court exhibit, these letters? How do you want them, are you introducing them?
We can, as a defense, Your Honor, we can mark them and admit them.
I just want to make sure that it's taken care of. Any objection?
No, Your Honor.
If they're with the PSI, then they'll be sealed, so.
Are you asking them to be attached to the PSI and sealed, or would you like them to be entered into evidence right now as defense composite one?
Defense composite one.
No objection.
Actually, we have,
To be defense composite 5, Your Honor.
Okay, are you moving into defense composite 5 right now?
yes, Your Honor.
This is just the letters that were provided with the PSI. I believe both sides have already seen them. No objection from the state.
No, Your Honor.
Okay, so we're going to go ahead and address that right now so that everything's current. We'll just introduce it out of order. So defense composite 5 is received into evidence, no objection by the state. I believe the state is going to present witnesses at this time. Is there anything else you'd like to address before you call your first witness, sir?
No, Your Honor, I know, well, I will say this, Your Honor, usually we use the podiums a lot, please, I would suggest that we use the witness spots, and prepare my witnesses.
That's fine with the defense. In other words, we won't have anyone just standing and testifying. We'll have everyone seated over here in the witness box, just so everyone can see and hear. And I do intend to have some regular breaks. There will be a lunch break. I'm also planning tomorrow to start around 10:30, but let's just see where we go, and we'll just take it one step at a time.
Thank you, Your Honor. State of Florida, call Charles Manigo to the stand.
You solemnly swear affirm that the testimony you give should be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Please support.
Yes.
Please state your name for the record,
Charles J. Manigo,
and how you spell your last name.
M-A-N-I-G-O.
Mr. Manigo, do you know Gloria Williams?
Yes, I do.
How do you know her?
For the last 15 years, he had me, I believe that I had a child with.
Did you have an intimate relationship with Ms. Williams back in 1997 going into 1998?
Yes, I did.
And did you believe that based on that relationship that she had become pregnant with your child?
Yes, I did.
And when did you learn that that was not the case?
January 12th, last year, 2017.
And how did you become aware of that?
I just got a call from Detective Lynn out of Jacksonville. Yes, he called me and told me about the missing child report.
During the course of those 18 years, did you pay child support?
Yes, I did.
And what was your regular child support there?
Regular child support was about $100. I actually got caught up in the rear, but it's actually cost my waist a few times. Actually, it cost me a week or two. I fell behind. Yes, I did pay child support.
And you did that under the belief that Gloria Williams' child was actually your child?
Yes, I did, sir.
And did you help raise the person you knew as Alexis Magler, your child?
Yes, I did. Also named her. Alexis Kelly and everything.
And obviously that she was named with your last name.
Yes, sir.
Would you want to tell the court how this crime and this betrayal has affected you?
For the last year, it's just been one night and it's still going on. No offense to the Lowe family or any family, of course. This just took me by strong. You know, for 18 years, I've known to have a beautiful child, beautiful daughter. She still, down in my heart, she still is my child. I love her to death. Words can't explain how I feel. You know, that I'm hurt, you know, I have memories there, you know. You know, as a father, you look at boys planning the future, you know, from graduation, and, you know, which I did attend graduation, but you also got planned weddings and, you know, grandfather, you know, all that's taken away from me. You know, it's unbelievable pain, you know. I mean, days I haven't slept. Last time I went down, I don't even know what to say. This is the trail of hurt, you know. It's just, it's unbelievable. You know, we got this saying, you go, you know, a parent not supposed to marry a child. You know, I lost a child. I mean, there's something I can't get back. It's not material. It's a child. You know, I can never get her back. She's, you know, I always just don't know what else.
Do you think that Ms. Williams should pay for the crime that she committed?
Most definitely, sir.
Do you have any recommendation to the court in terms of whether she should receive the maximum according to the plea agreement?
That and then some, for the simple fact, sir, it's just not me, her. I mean, Alexis is a victim. I'm a victim. The Moby, the Aiken family's a victim. You know, the monetary part of it, which is nothing, you know what I'm saying? But she defrauded the state of South Carolina, she defrauded the state of Florida. You know, that's monetary, but you can't put a price tag on feelings. You can't put a price tag on what the Moby missed, the Aiken missed. I had 18 years of happiness. So, you know, I had 18 years of variation. You know what I'm saying? You can't put a price tag on that. You know, you can't get that back. You know, what I'm going through, I can't even imagine how she felt 18 years ago, but that's how I feel. You know what I'm saying? You know, what I learned that she was doing, I was ecstatic, it happened. So I'm glad, you know, when she came back to her life, I can understand how they feel. It's just one, you know, of course, I would recommend the full max. For the simple fact, for myself, the Mobies, the Aiken, you know, I did nothing wrong in this case. I had nothing wrong.
Any other feelings or thoughts about how this crime is affecting you that you'd like to share with the court?
It's hard to trust people. Individuals you see every day, it's, you know, you just second guess it, you know, again. It's not a petty crime, you know what I'm saying? Something that I'm not trying to get probation or something. This is a crime that, you know, talking to my attorney before, and it's sad when your attorney have to contact another attorney because the case is so it's so crazy because no one, you know, you can't look at it, you know, what the door open because no one can answer that. No one can answer that. You know what I'm saying? You can't go back and say, well, okay, this is the case, you know, you have a prior case that you can't answer it. You just can't.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. That's all I'll say, guys.
Thank you, counsel. You may inquire.
Thank you, Your Honor. Please support.
Yes.
Counsel?
Yes, sir.
Good afternoon, sir, or good morning. How you doing? Now, Mr. Manigo, I know you testified a few moments ago that you feel like you've lost the dog. Is that correct? Okay. And Mr. Manigo, obviously, Kamaya, Alexis, as you know her, is still alive and well, right? Okay. And since the time that you've learned about this, you've gotten to know Ms. Mobley and Mr. Aiken as well. Is that correct?
No, sir.
You haven't had
I
communication with them?
spoke to Ms. Mobley twice. I reached out to her, spoke to her twice, kept it cordial. You know, I can't imagine the pain to kept it cordial this month to introduce myself.
Okay. But you've reached out, right? Okay. And you'd agree that Kamaya Alexis, as you know her, is 18 years old. She's legally an adult.
Yes, sir.
Okay. There's no one stopping you from having contact or relationship with the woman you raised. Okay. And obviously no one's doing anything to take away the great memories that you've had thus far, right?
Two-part question. No one is, but I feel Gloria is. You ever heard of Stockton syndrome, sir?
Well, I don't think this is an appropriate venue to ask the attorney questions, but I think we've gotten your answer, Mr. Manigo. Beyond that, sir, just finally, I think you already answered this, but you obviously have not been physically harmed by this woman, correct? And as a result of this.
How could she's involved with it?
Nothing further than that.
Anything further?
Unless Mr. Mayor wants to say anything.
No, just to the court again. You have fathers out here that actually, that stay on fathers. You know, yeah, we separated as far as a couple, but I stayed in contact with her. You know, I have pictures, she was at my house for Christmas. She's just so many memories. There's something I just can't just cut off at the hip, you know what I'm saying? I love her, it's my daughter. And there's no disrespect to moving it in. I help her. And it's just sad that, you know, that she has to do something like this. It's just crazy. I'm just lost for words right now.
Thank you very much, sir. Appreciate your time.
Thank you, sir. State of Florida is ready to call Rodney McKean.
Do you solemnly swear and affirm that the testimony you give should be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
May it please the court.
Yes.
Please state and spell your name for the record.
It's Rodney McKean, last name is M-C-K-E-A-N.
What do you do for a living, sir?
I'm sorry?
What do you do for a living?
Right now I'm working as a part-time background investigator with the Sheriff's Office.
And were you previously employed with the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office in a full-time capacity?
I was
And how long?
25 years.
And were you at one point the cold case detective assigned to the disappearance of Kamaya Mobley?
I was.
How long did you work on that case?
12 years maybe.
Could you explain to the court, let me ask you this, were you a homicide detective at the time that Ms. Mobley was taken?
I was.
So did you also work in the case, although you weren't the lead detective on the case when you first happened?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And then you took over as the lead investigator some years later?
Correct.
Okay. Can you talk to the court and tell her about how the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office dealt with this abduction?
It was a very dynamic case. Obviously, there's no way to minimize the amount of work that was done on it. we were overwhelmed at the initial onset of it. It required us to use outside agencies. The FBI came to the sheriff's office, set up a rapid start program, which is essentially a computer program that's capable of handling thousands of leads. That being said, I think at last count, we were close to 3,000 leads that we worked on that case. During the initial stages of the investigation, when I say initial stages, I'm talking the first couple of months, everybody in the office worked on the case. So it required every single detective to abandon whatever they were doing and essentially track down each one of these leads. And when I say track down a lead, I'm talking about to the end. So it required a lot of travel, required a lot of investigations. During the initial stages, we didn't have much information to go by, so basically, essentially, every potential suspect had to be explored in its entirety. Aside from the FBI, we also had FDOE, we had cooperation of vital statistics. Essentially, every jurisdiction that we received a lead from, whether it be an FBI field agent or that prospective law enforcement office, would dedicate their time to it. I know that I myself generated hundreds of pages of investigative supplement reports. There's multiple meetings that occurred with concurrent jurisdictions and also with those multiple organizations so we can work on different avenues to support. There was flights by me to Miami, Orlando, I went to Maryland. It's hard to minimize the amount of work that was done.
Detective, was this an unusual case?
Absolutely.
And is it unusual, and thank God it is, that a stranger abducts a child?
Yes.
Did the course of the investigation, just to do a thorough one, end up pointing or directing the investigation towards the biological mother and the biological father of the child?
On the onset, correct, yes.
And is that because it's so rare to have a stranger abduction?
Yes, sir.
And did the sheriff's office, in doing its job, basically point the finger at the biological parents as potential suspects?
I would say point the finger. We explored every option, obviously tediously went through that material.
Detective, you've investigated hundreds of cases in your life. How does investigating the abduction of a baby differ from a lot of the cases that you've investigated in your career, in terms of the emotional impact it had on you and your fellow officers?
Well, there's a lot of different levels. I mean, number one, it's certainly a bona fide victim in this particular case. That being said, it wasn't something that the victim did to influence the situation or bring this potential for this to happen. Secondly, dealing with a baby, there was a lot of media pressure on the case. There's a lot of pressure from inside the administration of the sheriff's office for answers, for progress, which created a high stress level to try to get things done.
And through the 12 years that you handled the case, were you ever able to make progress?
Wrote a lot of reports, but no. We had information, we had, multiple times that we would work different angles, but no, ultimately it was not solved.
Was that frustrating?
Absolutely.
Was there a point in time that you thought, at least considered the possibility that Kanai Mobley was dead?
Absolutely.
And was that, let me ask you this, was it the possibility that as time went on, it made it more likely that she was dead?
I would say that's a safe assessment. The longer the time went, the less likely it was for recovery.
Are you able to quantify the amount of resources expended by the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office in terms of financial value?
No. I mean, it would be a lot, I can say that.
What was your feeling when you found out that Kanai Mobley was found?
I was excited. I mean, obviously, very much relieved, happy, thinking that this would never come to fruition. And a lot of that is to the work of the whole case unit that acquired the case after I left. So it was a good job.
Thank you, Detective. That's all the questions I have here.
Thank you, counsel. Any cross-examination?
Your Honor, may we have this moment?
Of course you may.
No questions, Your Honor.
Thank you so much for your time.
Can I stay with call Shania Mobley?
You solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give to be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
If this is court.
Yes.
Please state your name for the record. And so we'll then have you like kind of pull the microphone down and make sure that you can project. We all heard Detective McKean well. I want to make sure the whole court can hear you when you speak, okay?
Yeah.
Do you know a woman by the name of Gloria Williams before she was arrested in January of 2017?
No, sir.
I want to turn your attention back into the late parts of 1997, the early parts of 1998. How old were you in the late part of 1997, early part of 1998?
15.
And did you have a relationship with a Craig Aiken?
Yes, I did.
And did you actually fall in love with him?
Yes, I did.
Did you become pregnant from your relationship with Mr. Aiken?
Yes, I did.
What were the first thoughts that you had when you found out that you were pregnant?
I was acting like everything was wrong.
Yeah, personal insurance.
We take our time in this courtroom. We do not rush in this courtroom. If anyone wants a break, we'll have a break. Let's just pause for a minute. And if you decide you want a break, you can absolutely have one. Let's just pause for a minute. No one will be rushed.
Thank you. So there are some Kleenexes in front of you. You can take some and use it. As the court's indicated, we're all very patient. You just take the time. Whenever you're ready, you just let me know, okay?
I was real happy because I was having so much in my life. And I was having a baby and like everything seemed right. Everything seemed right. Like God was giving me another chance to straighten up. And I had a reason to.
When you say straighten up, did you find that after you found out that you were pregnant, that you tried to do better at every aspect?
It was like, they say people don't change overnight, but that's not true. I was a teenager, I was running away, I was having fun, and then one day I was just taking a nap on my uncle's floor, and I just woke up like I just didn't want to run the streets no more, like I just wanted to do better, like I was already pregnant. I didn't find out till later I was pregnant, like a few weeks later.
And did your and Mr. Aiken's relationship get stronger after you found out you were pregnant?
And not at first, but it did, like, I think something beamed in his head and was like, oh, I'm about to have a baby. And then everything just went smooth.
I want to talk about childbirth. Okay? You remember giving birth to my mother.
Yes. I was in the bed and I was on the phone. And I would joke all the time. And I was like, oh, my water broke. You know, because what happened was the doctors wanted to induce me to enter June, but I was scared hearing all the rumors about what they do. I was young, so I'm scared. So I'm like, no, she gonna come out on her own. What she does, she do everything based on her own, you know. And July took my name today at the moment, but of the night, no water was. And when I got there, you know, I'm sitting in the chair, and I think I'm about to have the baby in the chair at the hospital. And then they get me in a room and get me an epidural, and I had her that morning.
Do you remember the moment that Kamaya Mobley was handed to you and placed on your chest?
The first time she was handed to me, I don't remember, because that was my first epidural, so I don't remember the first time. But when they brought her to me, when they go into the room, and she was so beautiful. She was so beautiful. She was so beautiful. I've just been waiting to take her home and dress her up and show her home.
Yes, ma'am. Do you remember about how long after that was that you first met the person that you learned in January of 2017 was Gloria Williams, the abductor of your baby?
My baby, that she was already in there, but she came to me and told me she was a nurse. And I know that's what she wants. She dressed it like what?
So you're saying the person that took your baby was dressed like a nurse?
Yes, sir.
And you believe she was a nurse?
Yes, I did.
And she told you she was a nurse?
She told me I was the nurse. That they said we're going to be with me for the day. Everybody's assigned to a nurse.
Can you describe how she was behaving? Was she nice to
She
you?
was like, she was real nice. She was real nice, proper tone and everything.
Was she older than you and seemed like she knew what was going on?
Yes.
And did you trust her?
Yes, I did.
Do you remember her ever holding Kamaya?
I was holding my baby and I was still weak and I was kind of lowering my baby down. And she was like, do you need help up there? Can you put her back in the nurse and everything? And she was like, sure. And she picked her up. She held her and looked at her and smiled and then she put her down. But she kept telling me like, hey, you know, all new babies have to be checked for a temperature, so eventually I'm going to take out the room and be checked for a temperature.
At this point, are you still feeling the effects of the epidural and the medicine that was given to you?
No, I'm not.
Okay. So, are you still weak after the effects of childbirth? In other words, you're able to get up and run around and drink
Yes.
that. Okay. So tell the judge what happened next. Did this person take your child to go get Kamaya's temperature taken?
My baby's grandmother came in the room, and she baby was in the room, I could say it was a good 10 minutes. And she just got, like, now that I sit back and think about it, she got anxious and was like, no, it's time to go take the baby to be checked for the temperature. But the way she did it, now that I think back, she picked the baby up, picked the pacifier up, put the pacifier down and said, well, she's not going to need that, I'm bringing her right back. But she had this bag, this black bag with her, and when she walked out the room, you know, the baby grandma, she joke all the time. And she was like, you don't think she kidnapping the baby, but I'm not taking it as a joke, that's my first baby. And so I called the nursery and I asked them, did they bring Shamar and move this baby down there to be checked for a temperature? And they was like, well, no, ma'am, your baby supposed to be in the room with you. I'm like, my baby is not here. This nurse just told me she's bringing her to be checked for a temperature. She's like, well, hold on. I was on held for maybe 2 minutes. She came back, no, your baby's not in here. So I threw myself down to the floor because I couldn't move. I was still weak. I threw myself down to the floor. And the family was trying to stop me, but you can't, no, that's my baby. So I threw myself down to the floor and proceeded to crawl out the room. And when I crawled out the room, it was some rails on the side, and I grabbed those, but I'm still on the floor, and I'm screaming, and I'm hollering, and I'm cussing, and everybody standing around like it's going to get me, and this woman will walk in the hospital.
Ms. Mobley, I think you may have misunderstood my question before about whether you were still weak as the effects of childbirth. You said you weren't, and then just now you
No,
said...
I'm thinking you talking about is now, the future, right now.
So I'm saying at the time...
At the time, I was very weak, very weak. I mean, she was supposed to be nurse, and she was in there helping me. This, oh my God, that woman touched me.
So Ms. Mobley, how long was this person in the room with you?
For hours, 6, 7, 8 hours. And she prayed on the child and a baby.
Yes, ma'am.
Will we be here right now if it was a grown woman? She prayed on the child, and we would not be here
Yes, thank you, Ms. Mobley. Now, Ms. Mobley, when you think back, you say in hindsight, when you think back, there's a lot of things that you're like, I should have picked up on that. Do you have like feelings of guilt and maybe you should have figured this out?
Yes, but I'm not thinking that nobody come and steal no baby. Like, who, and to have it to me.
Has that bothered you for 18 years?
It bothers me now.
Yes.
And for her to keep up this circus like she's innocent.
Yes, Ms. Miller. So let me ask you about those first few weeks after you realized that your child had been abducted. Forgetting the mental side of it all, were you physically still weak from childhood?
That day.
No, I'm saying, yeah, for the 2 or 3 weeks after you gave birth.
Because I was stitched up,
Yes.
bleeding, breast down to here, don't have nothing or nobody to show for it.
What did you do about your breast milk?
Everybody said use cabbage. I didn't, to be honest, my breast milk never left until the last baby.
So, as you're physically recovering, how are you doing mentally as a 16-year-old woman that's had your child taken?
Nightmares, self-medicating myself. I just didn't want to be free. Thinking about suicide every day, people got to stay around me all day, every day to watch me. Nobody's leaving me unattended.
Ms. Mobley, did you feel that the sheriff's office and the larger community was blaming you for this?
Could you repeat that, please?
Did you think that the sheriff's office, did you feel that the sheriff's office and/or the greater community was blaming you, was looking at you as
Everybody. I was harassed. My hospital bed was punched. Nobody can take that back. I haven't got a apology from nobody, and people talk about money. Who can put a price on somebody's child? If I took it and blew it in Vegas, what is my baby? Where was my baby?
people were implying that you did this for money?
Everybody.
And was that true, Ms. Mobley?
No.
Would you have given every dime back for
Right
5
now.
minutes?
Right now.
Yes. So in addition to the loss of your child, the fact that people were looking at you and blaming you put an additional toll on your physical and emotional well-being.
It did.
Over the next several months and years, did time heal these wounds? Did you feel better?
It doesn't heal now. I'm still hurting. When you reaching out to my child, that is my child. I am your mother, Goliath. I am your mother.
So you're saying that, like, as you sit here today, you feel like the defendant, Ms. Williams, still has a hold,
Yes.
and because of the 18 years she spent raising her.
Yes. My baby now, the jailhouse program in her phone is mommy.
And is that hurtful to you?
Yes. Her family reaches out to my baby. I heard my baby on the phone and telling them I'm to my mama's house, and they will still continue a conversation with my baby. Her family, like, they don't feel no type of nothing. They don't care. Leave us alone. That is me and Crash out. Leave us alone.
As a result of this, did you feel anger? Did you become a more angry person as a result of this abduction?
Yes.
And did you take that out on people?
A lot of people. I can't have a decent relationship the past 2 years because I need somebody to take it out on, because the person I want to take that on, I can't.
So you saw a change in your own personality as a result of this crime?
Yes.
And it continues today?
It's kind of calm. I got my baby. So it's kind of calmed down, but it's not gone.
During the 18 years you were without Kamaya Mobley, was there ever a day that went by that your thoughts did not turn to your child?
I always thought about my baby every day, every day, every day. I just catch myself riding in the car and just crying. Waking up out my sleep crying, taking a bath, crying. I could be doing something with her siblings and I'm crying. And I've been crying. They can say, Mom, who is it? Kamaya? Oh, God.
Did you ever celebrate Kamaya's birthday?
Every year. Every up until her 18th birthday. And I got angry with my baby for her 19th birthday because of that woman.
Can you tell the judge how you would celebrate Kamaya's birthday?
Every year, we would have a little party, we would do something, if we going out of town office, cooking a big dinner, or just, you know, every year, we always got a cake, we always got balloons every year. People always say, why you won't say happy birthday? And I thought that was attacking me, because she's not here for me to say happy birthday.
What did you do with the birthday cake?
I would put it in the freezer and let it stay in there. Sometimes I let it stay in there up to 6 months. Sometimes I let it stay in there until I buy another refrigerator. It just was there, up there.
And eventually, would you throw away the birthday cake?
The 18th birthday cake, I just threw that away maybe 3 months ago.
Why did you put the cake in the freezer?
Hoping she could come back and I could show it to her.
How did this crime affect your feelings of security? Did you ever feel safe again for those 18 years? Or feel
No,
safe for your children?
I have other kids, and I have my kids at other hospitals, which they put security outside my room. My kids, I barely let them go outside. I don't let them out my sight. And when I do have somebody watching, there's somebody I don't know want to trust them with their life.
Do you think you were overly protective as a mother?
Oh, yes.
Did you feel the need to keep having children?
It was, having kids to me was like a drug. Like, you always try to go back to reach that high. But when I was having my babies, when you hold your baby in your arms, you just don't, oh my God. I was just so happy to bring them home. I was just so happy to bring them home. And I was like, I just got to the point, nothing is not going to replace her. All my kids have their own special place in my heart. So I don't ever want them to feel like they have to make up because she's been gone.
Can you describe a little bit how you dealt with Kamaya's disappearance with your subsequent biological children? Like, did you tell them when they were first able to
No, I
understand?
told them when they was maybe old enough to understand. I'd say around about maybe 7.
And what did you say about her?
I always say, y'all have an older sister, her name Kamaya. And I just tell them the story, you know. And I try to make an example. I was like, you know what stealing is? You know, 'cause I teach them about stealing. My son was bad on it, so they had to make an example out of him. And he was like, yes. I said, well, that's what somebody did to your sister. They stole her from me.
Did you ever hear your kids believe that Kamaya was actually dead, and you had to correct them and say no?
My son, he would always say it like the girls would always be like, oh, you can't wait to say our older sister. My son, but I don't want y'all keep saying that first. She dead. And I'm like, no, you don't never say that.
Did you always believe that she was alive?
Always. I'm a mother, and I'm a real mother. And you can always feel when them mothers get that phone call in the middle of the night or the police knock on their door, they already done had that feeling something was wrong. I never got that feeling.
I'm going to go through the names of your other kids and kind of how they're doing. After Kamaya's your oldest, what's the next child?
We have Lashani,
And where does she go to school?
Wilson High School.
And is that an IB program?
Yes.
It's a magnet school?
Yes.
And is that because she's planning on going to college?
Yeah, she's early on college grades while she's been.
I know your other children.
You have Christopher, he's in 5th grade. Krishanna's in 5th grade. Darnell Cookman, which is another magnet school, is actually begging for her.
Okay.
And we have Savannah, she's very smart. And we have my 3-year-old, my baby,
What's her name?
Jeremy.
Are you kind of a disciplinarian for your kids?
Oh, yeah.
Are you strict?
Yeah.
Are you their friends or are you their mother?
I'm both, but I draw the line because I have that son. He thinks I'm his big sister, so I have to draw that line with him. I have Shani, but she's in high school now. She's feeling boys, and I make her comfortable enough to come and talk to me about everything, you know. Christian, she kind of standoffish, but she when she wants some other time, she come and lay it on me. Journey always, she's with mommy all day, every day. So, and Savannah, oh my God. Oh my God, she gets her mama going. I could be in a bad mood and she puts on my favorite songs. She knows my favorite drink. She gonna get my favorite soda, water. She knows her mama.
So have your children provided you joy even through all this time?
Yes, yes.
Do you?
Yeah, my 3-year-old, my baby.
What's her name?
Jimmy.
Are you kind of a disciplinarian for your kids?
Yeah.
Are you strict?
Yeah.
Are you their friends or are you their mother?
I'm both, but I draw the line because I have that son. He thinks I'm his big sister, so I have to draw that line with him. I have Shani, but she's in high school now. She's feeling boys, and I make her comfortable enough to come and talk to me about everything, you know. Christian, she kind of standoffish, but when she wants some other time, she come and lay it on me. Journey always, she's with mommy all day, every day. So, and Savannah, oh my God. Oh my God, she gets her mama going. I could be in a bad mood and she puts on my favorite songs. She knows my favorite drink. She gonna get my favorite soda, water. She knows her mama.
So have your children provided you joy even through all this time?
Yes, yes.
Do you miss the fact that you did not experience Kamai's childhood?
She would have a great time with me. We have a great time now.
Have you had
I miss the first walk, first word, graduating, prom. I missed all that. But I always try to look at life as always a positive to a negative. Look, I get to be, when she get pregnant, guess what? I get to be the grandma. She go to college, I get to still graduate from college. I get to, the future has so much to offer us right now.
Would you have been proud of Kamai if you were at that graduation ceremony?
Oh my God, yes.
How much would you have cried?
Oh, jeez. I was like, girl, I feel old now. I've been so happy because I tell all my kids, just please bring me a high school diploma, please. You know, I always drill them, just bring me a high school diploma.
Can you tell the court what was going on in your mind, in your heart, the first time you saw Kamai after you found out that she was alive and well?
Oh my God, it was like one of the happiest, it was the happiest day of my life actually. I would say one of the happiest days. Because every time I give birth, I'm on top of the moon. So it was one of my happiest days of my life, and I seen me. Like I walked into a room and it was just mirrors. I just seen me. I mean, she don't look like me, I don't think, but everything about her is me. Everything. Everything.
You're talking personality.
Everything about her is me. She looked at me, she was like, we was out to eat, and she kept looking at me, she was like, Mom, that's where I get all that hair from. I'm like, yeah, you know. Her tone in her voice is me. Her walk, everything, just me.
Is there, let me ask you this. Can any sentence that the judge gives Ms. Williams change the 18 years and still go on here today, 19 years?
It's only one sentence, and I don't think she's up enough for that. I would say death.
But obviously that's not appropriate for this case, so do you recommend the maximum sentence that the court can give?
Because I need her away from my child. I want you to do a no contact order too. Because if me and my child relationship can get on, I need her away far away where she cannot contact my baby. Well, my baby can't even get to her.
And is part of the hurt that you're experiencing because the person that did the worst thing that's ever happened to you in your life, that person still has a relationship with Kamaya, who you love dearly?
You know what? She didn't take my husband, so we're not here for that. She didn't take my husband. She definitely walked in my yard and steal my dog. Just like Mr. Manigault said, she didn't take nothing material. She took a body, a child. Not one time did she apologize for it. She's not sorry. All this, she's making all this a circus. She's making all this about her, and it's not about her. She's not sorry. Never apologize. Right, my baby, I'm still your mother. She's not sorry, so why should we have mercy on her soul?
So that's all the questions I have. Thank you.
Thank you, counsel.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You may proceed, sir. Our Madam Clerk will swear you in, and then if you will please be seated.
May it please the court?
Yes.
Please state your name for the record. Okay, Ms. Akins, I'm going to need you to speak up loud so everyone can hear you in the courtroom, okay? Ms. Akins, how do you know Shanara Mobley?
I heard going with my son,
Okay, what's your son's name?
Craig Akins.
And you're his mother?
Yes,
So you were the biological grandmother of Kamaya Mobley?
yes.
Okay. Can you tell the court, did you show up to the hospital when Shanara had Kamaya?
Yes.
Were you in the hospital room right after the birth?
No, not right after.
When did you get there?
I got there about 3 o'clock that day because I had to get my other grands, and I was waiting for them to get out of school. So that's when I went and checked on her.
Okay. When you got to the hospital room, was Miss Mobley alone?
No,
Who was there with her?
the lady that said that took the baby.
Okay. And did you know that person?
No.
Can you describe for the court that lady, the person that took the baby, how she was interacting with you and Shanara and Kamaya?
Well, when I was going in, she was on her way going out with the baby in her arms. And so I said, where grandma and baby going? She said the baby had to go for a test, so be back in 15 minutes. I said, well, grandma just got here. I need to see my grandbaby. So she moved the little blanket around her face a little bit, and I seen the baby nose and the mouth. And I said, oh yeah, this grandmama baby. I said, because she looked just like my son, the nose and the mouth. I said, how long you said? She said the baby will be back in 15 minutes. So that's when she in turn was going out the door.
So is this inside the room?
In the room.
And so when she left, did you make comments to Shanara about who she was, the person who took the baby?
No, I said, the only thing I said, because she was dressed like a nurse, and I said, well, how is she a nurse and got a pocketbook on her shoulder? I said, they kind of real sensitive with you around a baby with germs. She said, oh, yeah, that lady been here all day. I said, you don't think that lady trying to take your baby? She said, no, she done been here being nice all day.
So then it was shortly thereafter that y'all figured out that...
Okay, after I brought it to her attention about the pocketbook, I said, you need to call the nursery and find out what they lady, which nursery that she took the baby to. So she called 2 nurseries, and they said the baby wasn't there. And one nurse she called and told them to call the other. They said the baby wasn't there. I said, well, you need to call the nurse on duty. So we called the nurse, and when the nurse got there, the nurse she said, that nurse that was in here, where did she take my baby? She said, a nurse? She said, I thought that was a relative. And that's what got them on the case.
Was this traumatic for you and your son and the rest of your family to know that your granddaughter was killed?
Yes, my son was in jail at the time, and I called it, I told the detective they called the chaplain and let my son know that the baby has been kidnapped. So it was just something else. And then when it got dark, I just really got in hysterics because I felt like it was just too late. Because it had got dark, and they probably would able to see where she went with my grandbaby.
You're talking about on the day that she was taken, July
The day.
10th. Yeah. So on that day, when it got dark, you started to despair, to be upset?
Yes.
How about over the next 18 years? Can you describe for the court your pain as a result of this crime?
It's been a house, it's been a pain, you know, like getting interrogated by the detectives and the neighbors and people talking about, like we took the baby, even though they was talking to me and she said they felt like the boy grandma took the baby. And I told them, well, hey, I'm the boy grandma and I don't have no baby. So then the detective come to my house, they looking around with no, you know, like they peeping around and trying to see, do I have any baby, anything like that. I told them, y'all don't have to be, y'all can walk around my house, you won't find no baby, nothing. So they interrogated us and from the harassing of the people and the detectives, it had been really aggravating.
Did you notice a change in your son as a result of this crime?
Yes, he just, you know, he just he get in a little quiet moment and he don't talk very much. He just don't say nothing because he just didn't know what to say.
How about the fact that you didn't know, beyond what the police did, how did the not knowing what happened to your granddaughter affect you and your family?
That affected me real bad, and then they did go all out of town to my sisters and all of that and investigate them, and I just felt like that they felt like that we had the baby, and at one point I felt like they wasn't looking for my baby, my grandbaby. And then when this other baby got what's his baby name, was under the mattress and the boy killed. They sent the news people to my house. I was sitting on the step. I said, well, they done found that girl. Why can't they find my grandbaby? And it just had been real aggravating. I was just so nervous and scared that she was dead. I really did.
Did you tell the court what it was like when you first saw Kamaya?
Oh man, talking about a happy day, and it was on Friday the 13th, and everybody said Friday the 13th is a bad luck day, but it was a good luck day because I just couldn't rest that night before because the detective came to the house and told her they had a new lead and they needed us to come downtown the next day. And I couldn't rest because I didn't know what they might have found. I was praying. I said, Lord, please don't let them find her dead. And I prayed to God that I want to be able to see what happened to my grandbaby. And God answered my prayer. And Friday the 13th, that was a good luck day.
Is there anything else you want to share with the court about how this crime has affected you and your family?
You know, it just kind of put us like Star, where Kamaya called Star. She kind of turned on me because she felt like that when the baby was missing, she wanted to go down the elevator to find the lady. I said, well, no, you need to stay here because the detective need to talk to you. Where's you going? So she kind of turned on me like I might have had something to do with the baby, miss the baby. Her mama came to my house, felt like I had something to do with the baby and all. So, you know, like it kind of put a bad, I don't want to say a spirit you know, which we used to get along real good.
Okay, so you're saying that Ms. Mobley, Shannara Mobley, in your relationship was hurt by this kidnapping?
Yes.
Okay, and that's affected y'all's relationship for the last 18 or so years?
And not the whole last 18, because I guess over the time she felt like she got where she felt like I didn't have nothing to do with it. But she just kind of turned on me, and friends and all kind of conversation hearing about what they're saying and all of that. You know, it's been a headache.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. That's all the questions I have.
Thank you, counsel. Any questions? Thank you very much for your time.
You all want to call Craig?
Very well. If you'll please come forward, Madam Clerk is going to swear you in, and then if you'll please be seated.
Please, the court.
Yes.
Please state your name for the record.
Craig Demetrius Aiken.
Mr. Aiken, before I ask you a series of questions, have you written down some thoughts that you would like to share with the court about how this crime has affected you?
Oh, yes, I have.
Do you want to start with that, and then we'll go to some questions?
Okay, I can start with this. Okay. My name is Craig Aikens. I am the father of Kamaya Moses, her real father. I know the defendant doesn't know me, and I definitely doesn't know her. It was 1998, almost 20 years ago. That seems like a long time for some people, but I remember it like it was yesterday. And I still feel like it was yesterday. I know she remembered because it was also the day she kidnapped my daughter. And ever since that day, she has destroyed many lives for her own selfish reasons. Sometimes I wonder who she was, what she looked like, or what she was thinking, or what she was feeling as she told my mother that she was taking a baby to get her temper changed, get her temperature checked. I wonder how she was feeling as she manipulated a 16-year-old child out of a baby. That day that she took Kamaya, she destroyed me and Shannara's lives, changed and altered plans that destiny had for us. I know Kamaya's mother, Shannara, has been through many things, but it has been especially hard for me feeling like a victim and a suspect at the same time. Do you know some of the things that people have been saying about me and because of this case? She doesn't feel anything when she didn't feel anything when the news talked bad about us and put all our business on TV. All the interviews, all the interrogation I've been through, and that just during the first year she was kidnapped. Do you know what it feels like to have the whole world turn their back on you for a crime that someone else committed? She probably wouldn't have understand or cared for her own selfish reason. She's not capable of having feelings for other people. She still doesn't understand that she's not Kamaya's mother. And once Kamaya realized how she used her for this trial, she wouldn't have to worry how mad I am, because what she has pumping through Kamaya is lies. What I have pumping through Kamaya is blood. No matter what I say or what she said today, she will forgive me and I will forgive her, because that's what parents do. We don't raise our kids on lies and teach them to manipulate the system. I have watched some of her court appearances and see how she walks into the courtroom smiling, laughing at her hairdos. But today I pray that the court or the judge let her know that her crimes are serious and definitely not a joke. It's also like she can't comprehend the damage that she has done and is still doing to Kamaya. But yet she lies to her constantly, telling her she cares for her. But did she tell her she wasn't looking for her? She was looking for any baby. an easy target. And just so happened on that day, it was our baby. Now I'm here having to fix over 18 years of lives. When she kidnapped my daughter, she was a baby, 8 hours old. Now she's returned 18 years later, a grown lady. And now we're left to put the pieces back together because she is too selfish to tell her the truth about who her mother is. But it's okay because at the end of the day, I'm not only standing up here for Shanara, Kamaya, or myself today. I'm standing up for all parents of kidnapped kids around the world, and I'm hoping they make an example out of the defendant to let kidnappers know that you can't just take kids, take care of them, and there will be no consequences. So in advance, I would like to thank the court, the judge, the attorney, my family, and most of all, I want to thank God for giving me the chance to speak today. Lord knows I waited a long time.
Very nice, Mr. Aiken. I'll ask you a few more questions to follow up on some of those thoughts. Could you share with the court what it was like when you found out that you and Shanara were going to have the baby once you got past the initial shock of it all?
Well, it was exciting because at the time it was my first child. And just like Shanara said, it was the start of the change our new life together. We was trying to grow up.
And were you very young at the time as well?
Yes, I was young, and not just by age, but mind-wise too.
You were immature.
Right.
Okay. And you were actually had gotten arrested and were in jail at the time that Kamaya was born.
Yes, I did. I was also trying to do everything I can to prepare for the child that we had coming. And at that time, I went in the wrong direction of doing illegal things. I had marijuana on me at the time, and I was for possession of marijuana and I went to jail.
Okay. Can you talk to the court about when you found out that Kamaya was taken? How did that happen?
I was sentenced to 4. I had 6 months in jail. I was sentenced already, and I was in my cell one night, and I remember just telling one of my friends that my baby mom was pregnant and we was gonna have a baby. The next night, a bunch of officers come to the dorm, like 10 police officers. They come to the dorm and they call me, and first I'm like, what I done did now? So I get up there, they like follow them. So they followed me, they surrounded me, followed me down the hallway. They get me to this little room, and in the little room was like 10 more police, so all us crowded up in there. And they tell me, they say, Mr. Aiken, we got good news and we got bad news. I say, well, what's the good news? I'm already in jail. What's the good news? So they were like, your daughter was born, Kamaya Moulton, 8 pounds, 77 ounces. And I was happy. And I was so happy I forgot to say, oh, bad news. So I'm like, well, what's the bad news? I'm thinking, at that time, everything crossed my mind besides kidnapping. When they told me kidnapping, I stood up for them because I didn't understand what it mean. I know what kidnapping mean, but for them to tell it to me, that's something I only happen on TV. It don't happen to people like me. You know what I'm saying? So I just kept asking, what you mean? She's like, kidnap, what you mean? But
did they provide you really any answers? Did they know why? Did they know who they had?
No, they didn't tell me it. They said they was gonna let me talk to my baby mama. So I was anxious to talk to her. When I called her, as soon as she answered the phone, she cried like, you should have been here, you should have been here. And I was trying to, she was blaming me. She's like, they kidnapped the baby, what do y'all mean? What do y'all mean? She's crying and screaming, I can't get nothing out of her.
Mr. Aiken, did you feel helpless because of your circumstances?
Helpless is not the word. I try to be up for my family all the time. I got other kids and everything, so I'm not used to missing or lacking kids or my kids' mothers. today I'm still mad about that I wasn't there for her. Until I feel like I owe her now, I need to still be up for her.
Was jail a good place for you to find out this terrible news? In other words, did you get therapy? Did people try to help you through this grief?
No, didn't get no therapy. Haven't had no help, even up to today. Haven't had any therapy. We haven't been trying to seek any help with therapy, but people at that time wasn't trying to help us.
Have you had problems, even after you got out of jail, with people believing that you or your family was somehow involved in this case?
Every day up until they found Kamaya, we was, to me, a suspect. You know, they might say we're not suspects, but man, I guess even as an officer, you have nothing else to go on but what's right there in front of you. I mean, I can look at that with we suspects. And I feel like being charged with it the whole time. Matter of fact, Shane's near the Universal Hospital. I haven't seen the paper talking about Gloria. Nobody apologized. Nobody cleared my record of some of the stuff they threw me in jail for. They embarrassed me. Charged me with looting the civics. All that type of stuff.
Okay. Let me ask you this. Did you become like depressed and kind of didn't want to be around people in the months and years after this crime?
Yeah, that, but I seen in some of the situations how people switched out on you, people treated you because something you went through. And you hear all these opinions and people who must know you, that type of stuff will tear you down. You know what I'm saying? So I pulled myself away from that. I didn't compensate, I didn't make new friends after this. It didn't matter what people said anymore. It made me stronger to be what I needed to be today. You know, that's basically what this kidnapping did. It made me stronger for my rest of my kids and my family.
And did you attend the births of your other children?
Yes. I have 8 kids and 3 grandbabies. And I was there even for my grandbabies.
Did you maintain a relationship with Miss Mobley with regard to Kamaya? In other words, did you ever call on Kamaya's birthday or things like that?
Yes. Every year we make it, you know, we try to call each other, we come see each other, and we talk about what she might look like. We be messing each other. Oh, she don't look like you, like, she don't look like you. You know, we laugh about that, and we never gave up. Like, you know, she say the cake, I say the cake. You know, when she cut a cake, I cut a cake. We always kept in touch. You know, when we figured out what was going on there, we ain't had nobody else but us. Then we came together. You know.
Was there ever a day that went by in that 18 years that your thoughts did not go to Kamaya Mobley and how she was doing?
Say that again?
Was there ever a day that went by that you didn't think about your daughter that had been stolen from you?
I thought we were going to do everything. I mean, I guess I have other kids, you can't help but think about your kids. I mean, think about Kamaya. She looked just like the rest of them. You know, I don't know how, I mean, some people might feel to do it, but I never gave up. It just wasn't in me. I knew this day would come, but I never knew this day would come that I would finally face the kidnapping. I always picture myself finally coming out like a superhero or something, like flying into a burning building and grabbing her and flying away and go. You know, I never thought about sitting in front of this courtroom reading these papers. You know, I always wondered what she looked like and what was she thinking, you know, like. I don't know what reason a person can do that, but I don't think it's a good reason for nobody to do that. And I think she personally need to understand what they do to the other person. You know, they don't think about that.
Have you become more protective and fearful about things happening to your children and grandchildren as a result of this crime?
Oh yeah. Me and all my kids were close. Like I said, I got 8 kids, and basically all of them still stay with me right now. My oldest is 25, and you know she still stay around me. You know what I mean? So, all my kids, they close. We talk about anything. You know, I don't think it would have been no different.
And do you have a recommendation for the court about how much time you think that Ms. Williams should do?
And see, this the part too, like, you know, that she kind of made it hard for me because, you know, my daughter don't want to see you get no time. But, you know, you got, that anyone can't do it for just her. They got to set an example because this stuff been going on not only in black neighborhoods and stuff like that. A lot of people don't get no help. And just to make an example for other kids to get found earlier or to take the blame of the parents and stuff like that, you will have to get the max just to show the next person. Now what you do with that max game time, whatever you get off that, you know, that's all it is. I just need for them to set the bar for everybody else. You know what I'm saying? And you know, like I said, I can say anything. My daughter knows me. She in this little short bit of time, she knows what I'm saying. She knows where I'm coming from. I just need you to know where I'm coming from. My good cause this not me sitting up here on this end of the courtroom. I never would have set up this part. But and I'm not really sending nobody to jail. But you sat around and watched them drive us. And you could have stopped it a long time ago. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I feel like you're going to have to get the max. Because I almost heard if you would have brought it back in 6 months, you would have got less of time. You're not crazy or none of that type of stuff. You got clean sense, that's why you lasted long. I wanted to study you and see what type of person you are. Just to watch your movies. I still been watching the whole time. And you just as normal as I am. But you got to pay for what you did. That's what I say.
That's all I'm going to add. Thank you.
Counsel.
Do we want to hear?
Of course. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Aiken.
Thank you.
It's 12:22 p.m. Do council want to take a lunch break?
We came around to say this had me for the witnesses this time, so it would be an appropriate time.
You agree? Very well. So why don't we, 12:22, why don't we come back in just over an hour at 1:30 p.m. We'll be in recess until 1:30 p.m. Thank you.